Alright, first thing, you can see all of my mouse clicks right here, including scrolls, so if you have any questions about what I'm clicking or where at any time, you can have a look at that. Also, this little keyboard, you can see all of the different keys that I'm hitting. So if at any point you have any questions, once we start getting into the tutorial about how to play the game, about what keys I'm striking, you can always pause and rewind, check it out from there. If I've sent you an email, you can click the link to go to Steam. If not, you can just go to steampowered.com. And step one is going to be to go ahead and log in. If you already have a login, you're already way ahead of the game. If not, you can just create one right here, click Join Steam, put your email, confirm it, and then, of course, click I'm not a robot, read through this. If you agree, click Agree, and continue. It'll take you to the next step. Then you can go ahead and install the Steam software directly onto your computer. This is a pretty vetted and well-liked software, as you can see. There are many, many people that use it. If you got Windows, you can click here. If you need Mac, you can click right there. That'll take you through to the next part. Once you have a login established, I'm just clicking to go back to the main page. You can search for Tabletop, one word, Simulator. It's already coming up here for me. This does cost $20, and you can just click Add to Cart here. It's going to take you to where you can add it to your cart and pay, and then it's going to download it to your personal Steam account, which you'll have access to on your computer after you install it. Once you do have it installed, you'll get a shortcut that looks like this, and then you can open it up, and you're looking for your library. Now, once you go into your library, it's going to show you all of the games that you have. This is the Tabletop Simulator. We're going to go ahead and click Play. This window will come up. Play Tabletop Simulator. That's what we want to do. Don't worry about any of these. Click Play here. And make sure you have your volume down because it's got some intro music that can be a little loud. And then from here, you're going to get an invitation to a game. You see everybody has chips, and we've got a deck of cards right here. And you see my name right there. So this is where I would be seated at the table. Now, once other people join in, you're going to see their names come up here as well. You also may notice that if you hover over an item, it's going to tell you how many of that item is present and what its value is, which is really handy. And with the deck of cards, you can see how many cards are left in the deck, which is really nice. Let's get started with some basic controls. The first one is, how do we pick up a card? Well, all you're going to do is you're going to click down and drag away pretty rapidly. So I'm going to click and drag. And there it is. I've picked up and placed a card. Click and drag. If I click and hesitate for a second, you notice how the entire deck raises up. Now I can move the entire deck. So again, if I want to move just one card, I'm going to click and drag. If I want to move the entire deck, I click and hold, and now I can do that. Now, it's not going to do you any good if all of your cards are face down. So if you'd like to flip an object that you're holding, like this card, you're going to click and hold it, and then go ahead and use the F key on your keyboard for flip, and that will flip the card. You can do this for any item. It's the same thing. Click and drag quickly to just pick up one item. Whenever you're going to place the item back into a stack of any kind, you just want to hover over that stack until you see it light up, and then drop it, and it'll add it to that stack. And then, of course, if you click and hold, you can pick up all of these like this. So I'm going to place this card back on the deck. You notice how I'm not going to release the mouse until it has lit the entire deck up. Now we've got 50 cards, 51 cards, and 52 cards. Let's say we want to shuffle the cards. That's pretty easy. Just to prove that they're being shuffled, we've got the 7 of spades on top. I'm going to put it back on. click and hold until the deck raises, and I'm just going to shake the mouse back and forth, and you can see the cards flipping. And now it's the 10 of spades that's on top. And you don't have to shake it for an extended, you don't have to shake it for an extended period of time, just till you see the cards flip. And that's good enough. Let's say we're getting ready to deal. Well, if I just pick up one of these cards and I put it in front of me, and then I flip it, everybody's going to be able to see it, and you're absolutely right. You notice how as I'm dragging it, it then enters into this square. That square represents that player. So now, if I try to flip that card, you'll notice there's a question mark on it. So you can't see other people's cards, even if you try. If you throw some, don't throw anything off the table because it could flip the card. But if you're just like, I don't want this card, and you throw it off of the table, it will just reappear somewhere on the table. So be aware of that. As soon as you see it, enter in to a different colored square where other players, as you see Justin Harvilla, my name right here, it's going to be just for that person. Any card that you click, drag, and flip out here for the game, that's going to be perfectly visible. If you want to zoom in and zoom out and you have a roller on your mouse, you can just simply do this. If you would like to pan around the table, as you can see, it's just a right click and drag like that. And if you left click and drag, it's going to allow you to select objects to move them around. Also, if you hold the Alt key and you hover over an object, it's going to zoom in on it for you. So let's say you want to get a nice view of the whole table so you can see how many chips everybody has, but you're having a hard time seeing, I don't know, let's say this card. You can just hover your mouse over the card, hold down Alt, and that is going to zoom in on it for you. Same thing with any of the chips. Even though you can hover over them and see exactly how many are there and all that, if you would want to see one up close, you can absolutely do that. Let's say everybody has put their cards back in, and we're going to start a new hand. Now I can just select by clicking and dragging all of these cards, pick them all up, hover over the deck, and they will all go back in. Then we're going to click and hold the deck, give it a little shake, shuffle there, pass it over to the next person to deal, or there can be a designated dealer.